Her last two sentences were, he had to grab the pink one, just had to get that off my chest.
Well.
You know, there it is. You heard it right here, ladies and gentlemen. Right here. But in case you're wondering, she was talking about making a rag rug. I look like I touched a live wire. And I'm wearing my professor jacket.
Yes.
Ich bin Professor.
Professor.
Professor. Okay, so hey, it's Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it's Friday and it's St. Patrick's Day.
He's wearing green.
I am. This is the first St. Patrick's Day one of my life.
One of your life?
No, the first of my life that I have now found out about my Irish heritage, but also then the first time I'm celebrating St. Patrick's Day without being hammered. I quit drinking 15 years ago. Anyway, this jacket is too new.
It's too new.
Yeah, it doesn't want to sit down.
I'm sorry.
I'll live. Okay, let's do wrist check. Who's going first?
You, because you just showed them.
I did?
Yes.
I did?
Yeah, because you were like wipe.
Oh, I was using my other hand.
No, you weren't.
Okay, this is the 6106 Mac VDX, which is what I've been calling it. So it's not really, well, chances are small it wasn't used for any kind of surreptitious stuff. We just don't have the documentation. It's the only one that has this cowpoke case because it looks kind of bow-legged, but it's been keeping amazing time. It's tight to about 5 seconds a day back and forth, roughly. It's nice too because this one, the lume, isn't really the green. It's this light tritium tan, which I really, really like. And that's the original handset. They came in the same lot. So that was the treasure that I was after. And there it is.
As for me, it's nothing unusual. I just am wearing it today because of green. So.
Yeah, her JDM Alba. I think they're from the 90s? Yeah. 2000s, something like that?
Well, there it is.
There it is. Okay, that's your wrist check. And we're off.
Yes. Here we go.
Yes.
Am I ready?
Why not?
Okay. So, from Gareth Brennan, 1893. Hello again, Spencer and Sabrina. Happy St. Patrick's Day from Ireland. Spencer, if Seiko were to build the 6138 movement today, what do you think the retail would be on something like that? I'm guessing it would be in the 4,500, 5,000 euro/dollar. And do you think there's a market for watches in that price range? Obviously, Seiko doesn't see the demand. Anyways, take care.
Well, I mean, they've certainly resurrected, old movements before. I'm sure that they have all the tooling and all the specs. I can't imagine they get rid of anything. I mean, obviously they resurrected an entire movement class with the 4S movement that came from the 5200 movement. So they could do it. Okay. Knowing Seiko, they would only do a limited edition.
Yes.
So it being a limited edition, they could put a quartz movement in it and justify $4,500. If they actually did it, if they actually made the 6138 movements again correctly, then geez, I mean, if they were feeling cool, I mean, it's not like it costs them much to do. Once you get the machine, the line up and running, the more you make, the less it costs you per piece. I don't know. They could probably. What if like 1,500, right? What if they had like a general issue, like a couple 6138s that they brought back? Would they? I don't know. I think that they could. I think 1,500 is reasonable. They'd probably charge 2,500 or more. But they're all going to be limited editions. And there's going to be some limited edition JDM ones in like weird Save the Narwhal colors and...
Save the Narwhal?
I don't know.
I thought that it was like a unicorn walrus or whatever, but then I learned that it's their tooth. And only one tooth gets super long.
And it's also packed with nerves.
Oh,
they use it,
sucks.
I think, for probing the sea bottom to look for snacks.
Oh. Okay. Anyway, on we go. What's in the box from 2/24?
Wait, did I answer all the gentlemen's first questions?
If Seiko were to build the 6138 movement today, what do you think the retail would be?
Oh, okay, but here's the question. Which models should they bring back? Which 6138s? You want the UFO? You want the black horse? You want the brown horse? You want the blue kakume? You want the orange?
Panda?
People are going to want the Panda, but you know, it's pretty conservative design. I bet you people would go ape for the 6138-0040 orange kakume. That would really blow them away. Seiko has shown us they can do basically a one-to-one thing. I mean, with the reissue sport divers in the 90s, they did a really good job. Yeah, it looks like because I'm sort of ruddy, which is unusual for me, and so I look like I'm holding my breath.
I don't know. Also,
I need to go to the bathroom.
I think your collar is too high, and we have a new light over there.
It's true, we do have a new light over there. I think this jacket is. I love the fabric. HBT. I'm sorry, that's herringbone twill linen. It's really nice. It gets, once you beat it in, it gets really sort of soft, which I like.
Gotta beat it in.
Yeah, because I like them soft.
You know, it's something I think about all the time.
What?
So there was this movie in like 1992 called Poison Ivy. You remember me?
Yeah.
Telling you about this? It's with Drew Barrymore, and she says to the chick that was in Roseanne, "F you with a lipstick."
Oh my God, those 90s Batmans, that 90s DC stuff.
What? No. Poison Ivy is a movie where she's a femme fatale, but she's a teenager, and
this isn't part of the
comic
verse?
No. And then she bangs the girl from the Roseanne, her father, who's played by someone. Hold on, give me.
Anyway.
Ivy, Drew Barrymore, and who's the dude in it? Come on. Tom Skerritt.
Tom Skerritt. Boy, that's a familiar name. I'll be damned if I can remember what he was in.
He was in Steel Magnolias.
Which
Picket Fences.
I never saw either one.
MASH the movie. Top Gun.
I never saw it.
You never saw?
I saw MASH the movie, but I still don't know who he is.
Contact. Alien.
I saw.
He's an alien.
Tom Skerritt. Which one is he? Alien. Is he the captain?
Yeah, I think so.
I always thought that was Chris Christopherson.
No. So then, and also one of Charlie's Angels is in that stupid movie.
Fantastic.
Cheryl Lawd.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, it says that Leonardo DiCaprio was in it? Did he have like a walk-on?
In what?
In this Poison Ivy movie, it just says guy. I need to...
Did he have an unnamed...
I don't know, but he would have been like 12. I don't know. I'll have to look it up later.
There was something I was going to say, but now I've forgotten.
Alien?
Thinking about Alien. Well, I'm kind of always thinking about Alien, but no.
The freaking Chinese propaganda!
Oh, yeah. Sorry, this is an aside. So, this is talking about world events and things going on right now. The Chinese, of course, are tussling with us through a series of proxy wars and economic, tussling. But anyway, they have state propagandists who are generating new anti-United States or Western Pacific naval coalition things. And so they keep making these propaganda posters depicting the United States and associated allies as being these gigantic kaiju, huge like Mecha Kong monsters.
With an alien head.
Oh yeah, but there's two. There's one, it's like this giant Transformers head with giant arms with all these rockets coming out on top of a Navy ship that's coming forward that's like alive with a shark mouth that's opened with lightning between the teeth.
You have to find the pictures.
And facing them down is a single presumably Chinese fisherman with his conical hat and on his skiff, and he's facing it down. It makes us look like we're just ridiculously badass. Yeah, and there's this other one. It's like they clearly copied Alien. There it is, except they put like guns and bullets and cannons and stuff on it. I'll see if I can dig them up.
Okay. I will remind you.
I have them on my phone. I saved them because I was like, there's going to be some reason I'm going to want those images. I don't know why.
Anyway.
Oh, you see, that's another illustration of the potential entanglement, which means that the future could, in theory, work on the past. It's true. Entanglement, honey. String theory. Let's go.
What's in the box? There. Wow, I said that like forever ago. What? Oh, Jesus! I didn't mean that!
All right, come on. Can we do this thing?
From Nielsen Gupta. Why on earth would this guy who sold you all these cases and backs separate them from the dials and movements? I'm guessing because the parts are more valuable than the whole watch.
Yeah, it's the same thing that fueled... no, I know what I look like. I look like... I can't forget it. I've lost his name. Ooh, I almost got it. In Airplane the movie, I picked the wrong day to stop sniffing glue.
Oh, freaking Lloyd Bridges.
Lloyd Bridges, that's right. I look like him, except I'm right side up. If I was the other way, we should put up a picture of old Lloyd. When I put up a picture of old Lloyd. See the resemblance?
No.
Anyway.
Anyway, did I answer the question? Whoa, I answered a question, and it was a watch question.
What was the question?
Why would you sell all the cases and not separate?
That's certainly the other reason. Oh, that's what I was going to say. It's this practice that we've seen a lot as exemplified by, say, all the resellers of vintage Fender guitar and bass parts. They've been doing this for a long time. You buy up these things and you just, sure, it's money in the one thing, but it's a lot more money if you break it into pieces. So if you go on eBay and you find a good original like Stratocaster neck, chances are if you look at their auctions, they have or have had all the other parts of that guitar or bass or whatever the heck it is. And people are doing it like this. I mean, a garden variety, like 6106 dress watch. And they're fabulous. A 6106 is amazing. I've been wearing a 6106 that I serviced for... I've been wearing it for, I think, 3 weeks, and it deviates about 4 seconds a day, and a little bit or a little back, and it's always within about 5 seconds of atomic time.
Yeah, I remember when I got my 6105, and you were like, "Why are you taking this? It's worth more in parts." And I was like, "Because it's cool."
Yeah, I'm very glad you kept it, but I had my thought.
I'm sorry.
Oh, anyway, but a 6106 by itself, it's just, they're just not worth a lot of money. But then you take it apart and you get the movement, the case, and all this other kind of stuff. You might not sell all of it, but you might sell some of it. And a little bit of money, I guess, is better than none. I don't know. It's people just want to make their money. It is what it is.
Okay. The SLA 6159 reissue from Vilo 1633. Hi guys, was the 6159 in space? I just heard something about that and wanted to get your take on it.
I have heard that. I don't really remember the details. I think I've heard that.
I'm sure somebody that's watching has.
I think I kind of remember reading that. Look, if anybody out there remembers, please let us know. That would be great. Thank you.
Ooh, this is a fun title.
Hey, looks like a snail in its shell with its little foot. See? Bug, 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 bug. Look at the rock. Looks like a snail. See? Anyway.
Anyway, KVW Year in Review 2020.
I was like, wow, somebody's digging into the archives.
This video is actually from 2020. See, we read them all. Well, he does.
I do. Well, I try to, definitely. I go through and I read every comment. Every single comment.
I don't. Anyway, this is Carlos Paggi.
I believe so.
Sorry, but I'm commenting on this one a little late as I muddle through your videos like I found a huge haul of vintage comics or records.
Oh my God, finding giant things like that where you have to go through everything, even if it's something you enjoy, fills me with anxiety. Because it's just so much material. Okay, anyway, go on.
This one really spoke to me. How you define your collection, the appreciation, the care, the right amount of wear and patina so you can enjoy it without angst, buying what you like and liking what you have. Watches are cool, watches are fun, and you really love yours. So do I. Thanks, Spencer. Bravo.
Yeah, I believe, thank you. I believe in a living collection, or what I think of as a living collection. If I don't wear something, if it's not around, then, you know, eventually I'm not a hoarder, and so I sell it off. I don't want to keep, I don't even know how many watches we would own if I had kept every watch I ever owned.
Oh my God.
I have no idea how many watches.
But you wouldn't have had the motivation to get another one of when you had the perfect one, which is the perfect one you would sell, and then you'd look for another one, and then you wouldn't have that. So there would be a significant, you know.
Or I used to do a chain thing where I'd get like a poor quality example of a model, and then I would upgrade and get rid of the old one. Upgrade, get rid of the old one. But then I always would do the thing where I'm incapable of moderating, and I would go one step too far, and I would end up with a museum piece. And I'm like, I can't wear this thing. So like that 6159 year 7019, it was a US marked grandfather tuna, and it was in exquisite condition. I have a video of it about years ago. Like, I can't wear the thing. And I got it for a good price, and I sold it.
Junk dial lot from 2/27/23. Oscar Gustavo Arcos Ruiz. He said Bolaro.
Yeah, there were a couple different watches, people. There was a square Tressa. It's a little square, like tank watch. It's not a lady size. It's the size tank watches normally are, in a stainless steel case with some dial damage. Hand winder, of course, but an elegant watch. The other one was this watch that it has an interesting dial with sort of plated copper numbers in an unusual font, very low, very slim case, sort of lenticular shaped case, small lugs. And it had a stretchy bracelet on it, which was Expendo. And one of our people said that they were made in they were made in 1939. So, but it's an interesting watch. I'm trying to go back and forth about the bracelet. I'm certainly going to keep it. I do want to service it, and so that might be the case, depending if anybody else says anything.
I answered this, or I read this question when in the past, and you answered it.
I did?
Yeah, this next one, so I'm skipping it.
Oh, is it about a strap?
Yes.
Oh, okay. There was another comment talking about this watch. We did have a question before, and this person commented that they thought that a straight complementary brown strap would do. And I'm going to check it out. I flip stuff around until it works, and if it doesn't work, I don't wear it.
Wow.
And if I don't wear it, I sell it.
Yesterday's watch review today, 6105 8000 from Watches and Photography. Very cool comparison between all three watches. Interesting to see the evolution in the design. This makes me appreciate my SPB 315J1 and SPB 153J1 much more now. Thanks for the history lesson. What was the stated accuracy of these watches back in the day? I am wondering if things have improved since. Comparing the modern retro version with 6R35 movement to these. yeah, I think that was the whole thing.
Out of the box, the 6R35s and 4R35s, basically all the movements, they're fine movements. Seiko does good work. The 6000 series, they hold up very well. My wristwatch today, again, is a 6106 that I serviced, I rebuilt, like 3 weeks ago. It's a 6106B. And it's keeping, like I said, it's keeping accuracy to within like 5 seconds a day. Out of the box, they were like plus or minus 10 or 15 seconds a day. So maybe your accuracy is going to lazily swing back and forth, but they were saying basically, this is an automatic mechanical watch. There's going to be differences in how much power there is, how much you're moving, what your wrist attitude tends to stay like. You're just going to get variation. One thing that's nice about the 6000 series is that's different from the later ones, is that they have this huge balance, relatively speaking, a big balance, same size as an Omega Speedmaster. And what that does, having that big balance, gives you a lot of stability as it goes back and forth. And they click a little bit more slowly, but they are very steady, and they will hold beautifully if they're in good condition. That's the thing. If they're freshly serviced in good condition, they'll be great.
Wow. Freaking Leonardo DiCaprio was in that stupid movie.
Have you found a picture of him?
No, but it was 1992, and he was born in 74.
So he was, what, 74 to 94? He would have been 18? That can't be right.
I don't know. Can you count?
I just did.
Oh. Let me see.
I think I'm right.
It was a walk-on. It was his second movie.
Really?
Yeah, hang on. God, look at the trash. The 90s trash of that freaking movie.
Oh, like a vault.
Wait, where is
Oh, look at that picture of her.
Yes.
All right, well, let's move upon.
Okay, and then when you're talking, I'll look for the picture.
Okay, that makes fine sense.
Okay, Seiko SSK 003 plus 005. Final review and thoughts from JP Ribeiro 7694. I completely agree with old Douglas. Orange is a very underrated color. I've been wearing my 005 since I got it. I love everything about it, but now you've gone and made me think about finding a classic bracelet like the one you have there. Great video. Thank
you very much. There was another person who asked me about that on that same video. I don't know if we got on the question.
I don't believe so.
Well, just check about if I still have it or not, or why I might have gotten rid of it.
I don't think so.
Okay, well, there was another question, and the person was like, hey, I see that you sold this watch, but yet you said you really loved it. So what's up with that? Why'd you sell these watches? Well, I actually only sold the orange. I still have the blue here, believe it or not, the one that I serviced. But my big thing is I just don't like having watches around that I don't wear, unless they're a project.
The walk-on.
Jesus, he looks like somebody you'd see in the hall when you were walking towards the band rooms. Oh well. I've completely lost my train.
Well, because Leonardo DiCaprio is important.
So basically, long story short is, watch can be perfectly beautiful, but if I don't wear it, I don't keep it.
Wait, he was talking about the orange one.
No, he started out talking about orange being an underrated color, as my friend Douglas Heineman of blessed memory said. Good old Douglas.
Okay. For 8-hour Seiko 4006 7000 27 jewel restoration.
This looks even more like.
Oh, I thought it was a watch.
No. It looks from this angle. Actually, it looks more like one of those one of those CIS drone cannon things. Remember, they used them in the Clone Wars, and then when they started with the prequels and the B-1 battle droids, and they were these big floating cannon diddlies. That's also what it looks like.
Okay. Okay. This is a thing. Oh, you're gonna film this in a segment, but I guess I'll read first.
Sure.
Which spring winder did you use for the alarm bell spring? I have a KD, but it mangled the spring. It's an early 50s version. Good news is it was a practice spring.
Okay, yeah, there's one of those things, and I will do a segment. There's this real, like, basically, if you accidentally push the mainspring out of the holder before it's in the thing, it's going to go whoop, and it's going to unwind really fast, and you're going to end up with what looks like steel wool. But let me make a quick video. Okay, so talking about watch mainspring winders and all that happy stuff. So what we have here is the basic setup for doing your mainspring. You asked what kind I use. I use a K&D. It's not super old. If I had to guess, it's probably 60s. It's the usual kind with the pusher like so and the winder like that. And you can de-expand or re-expand to fit whatever size barrel you're going into. Like so. Kaboom. You don't want it to be too tight. You don't want it to be too loose. You just want to have it have enough space that it can just drop in just the way you need it to. Now, I have a little mnemonic when it comes to doing these things because I don't really write down notes because of my ADHD, and I'm just flat out it's a waste of my time. I use mnemonics a lot. So whenever I take a mainspring apart, I always look to see, because you got your teeth, so I always say to myself, teeth up or teeth down. And then if I had the arbor here, it would be square up or square down. That's the side square for the ratchet or the lower arbor part. And then the direction of the mainspring, I call either tsunami or anti-tsunami. Like the tsunami on the back of the Seiko case, or obviously the piece of art. So in this case, I remember that this is a Valju 7733 mainspring and barrel, and this was, hang on, square down, teeth up, anti-tsunami. Definitely know it was anti-tsunami. So what we're going to do is we're going to find our diddly. Okay, so you got to have these diddlies come with different they come with different size bases here. This one I tend to pretty much stick with these two. I might have to go bigger because the arbor on these things is a lot bigger and does not grab. I got it to go. Let's see if I can do it, huh? Sorry, I'm getting this ready to go. God help me if I can get this done. So basically, the biggest trick with these things is to not use, you got to hold this in. I hold it in with my palm. It has a pusher button down here, and that pushes up this little plate. So it holds this firmly so it doesn't go anywhere. Has these grooves here as well. Lots of knurling, because basically you want to make sure you always have a hand on it whenever you're moving. You never want this thing to get away from you because mainsprings. So you just keep drawing in. Normally I do this a lot faster, but it doesn't hurt to take time. And you're going to see it curl in. And you got to make sure about the tsunami, anti-tsunami. And sometimes it gets confusing. You're like, what in the heck way do I put this thing in? It's the side that's up is the direction it's going to be when you drop this in. So I'm letting my tension waver. Again, holding it every single time. Like so. Now this thing has just a little bit of a fold-over type bridle because this is obviously a hand winder. No automatics. You do not have to have the slipping bridle. So now what we're going to do is say crap. Hang on a second. Right. See, I've made a rookie mistake. I let this bridle slip to the outside So I need to get a firm hand on this, draw it backwards, and angle it straight into the same place. There we go. Then, doing this, it's going to want to snap forward, which you'll notice it just did. So we have to do it again. Did you hear that, honey? Got to do it again. It's true. So I had tightened it holding away from me. I tightened it away from me holding it with my left hand. So if I want to get this out without pulling the mainspring with it, you have to turn it basically the opposite direction and I use an X-Acto knife because I've used these all my life. I'm really comfortable with them. If you choose to use something like this, be aware they're just unbelievably sharp. Anyway, but I use it because it's thin. Goes in here and it keeps the mainspring inside the holder. So then I turn it backwards while pulling outwards. And there we go. Happy mainspring. You'll notice that's still there. Hang on, please. Because I'm going to see if I can recover from my rookie mistake by just doing it live. Let's see if I gave myself enough room where I can drop that tab, that bridle in here. Oh, look at that. Gosh darn it. Stupid crash bench. Anyway, that's the way you do it. And there is your, damn it, barrel. Good to go. And it is correct anti-tsunami. And I'll be able to put this together, but that's the way you do it. And we're back. Come on, like I wouldn't have dated her. And she's only a couple years younger than me. Well, whatever. I mean, it's fine. I would have bought her a burger. It would have been a fine time. We would have had a good time.
Yes. Anyway, a new Seiko 6117-6420, the Osaka Navigator. Gawking watches 7988. Looks legit to me. Many manufacturers have done short runs for special promotions, applications, company gifts, unions, lodges, secret societies, etc. Like the freaking, come on, the union, Teamsters.
Oh, yeah, like the Teamsters watch. Sure, absolutely, of course, though that was an outside ordered thing, but yes.
Yeah, but I'm saying that
sure.
It
was a custom order.
Yes.
I understand. And actually, I'm thinking about it, and there were a lot of people who were like, why would Seiko do this? And I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, why wouldn't they?
Yeah, really.
Seiko could make 1 billion watches. They could fire up. All they changed was the city ring and the dial printing. That's it. The city ring printing, the dial ring. I mean, they could have run 500 dials in an afternoon and then just put them back in the line to be assembled. And off we go with, matched with their newly pressed casebacks, and the casebacks themselves, the way that they're done. Well, actually, I have kind of an interesting little video segment I can put in here about caseback stamping. So talking about casebacks, hang on. Okay, talking about casebacks, this right here, this is an all original, unrestored, one owner, 610581, 10, 19. But it's pretty worn, but it does show what I'm talking about in terms of this dial thing. You can see, oh wait, it's not a phone. Hang on. I've got to tighten the wall mount for this thing. So every single caseback got the same text. Seiko, water resistant, Japan A, stainless steel. The differences were serial number and the model. What's interesting about this is despite all the surface wear, when these numbers and this model number was struck, the number stamps, especially for the model number, were really sharp. They were brand new. because you can see how tight and sharp the stampings are. And so much so, you can't really see it, that the stamps, because they had been used so infrequently, hadn't worn down any, so they can't really see it. They actually kind of indented the case back right there. I saw it last night. Right there, you can kind of see that it's sort of dipped in. See how sharp the lettering is there too. Clean valleys, really sharp and clean. That 8 especially. So anyway, that's how they did it. So anyway, yeah, that's the thing is, besides changing those, the stampings on the back of the case and the dial and the rotating ring printing, they're exactly the same.
And it's a lot cooler than a Jimmy Hoffa watch.
Yeah, I hate to say it, and that thing's just, there's a reason nobody wore it. That thing is oogly.
Do you still have it?
Yeah, it's somewhere. No, I definitely have it. Absolutely.
I think I have a picture of it,
yeah.
And you should put the picture here.
Oh, okay, hang on. Yeah, I definitely have it. It's in my non-Seiko stuff because the movement is beautiful. Mm-hmm. It's a beautiful movement. Mm-hmm. Exquisite. It's just the watch itself looks like something you get out of like a one of those plastic quarter dispenser things, the ones that used to have American football helmets in them. You remember those? You try to get all the teams.
Right, where baseball hats were from. Okay, so this was from last week. Jean Maricarlo Figueroa, 7250. Spencer, excuse the cliche question, but here it is. I'm planning to swap out a new NH36 movement to my 6-year-old SKX0077S26. My question is, would it matter in terms of originality? Because I worry that if I have it serviced, it might not have a good one. So what do you think? Should I go on with the swap?
Well, I think we got a minute or two before these watches become so collectible that people start worrying about originality. If you're worried about it, just make sure you keep the old movement. It's not hard to do. So I've come to this horrible discovery about myself. I built my reputation sort of on being like, this is correct and this is the way it ought to be. All of the watches I like now, everything, it's like it has to be slightly modded. I don't want anything that isn't basically unique to me in some way. And so I've kind of flipped on that one. But so what I'm saying is I'd rather have a more modern, better movement for a watch that I don't have to worry about it. Plus it has added hacking, which is super important, and hand winding. Now, speaking of the hand winding and the hacking, if you're going to change the movement, you've got to change the crown and stem. The crown and stems in the originals are made as a unit. So you can't replace that. You can't just swap it over. You have to get a complete new one that will actually drop in, or you can get aftermarket crowns that actually you can thread a stem into. I've had them be okay. I've had them be not okay, but I hear tell they're pretty good. Other than that, yeah, man, go for it.
Miguel Semper Tegua. I suck.
No, you don't.
Okay, I can't pronounce anything. I'm sorry, dude. Okay, hi Spencer. I really enjoyed your Bell-matic video.
Thank you.
I was wondering if you would be interested in working on a non-running Bell-matic.
She's not laughing at you, dude.
I'm laughing at the world. I messed mine up trying to give it a little cleanup. That's okay.
That happens.
Getting it back to work is beyond my ability. I'm not laughing at you. I really like this watch and it pains me to have messed it up. I would really appreciate your help. Don't worry that you messed it up. It's a really hard watch, as I have learned.
It's also really easy to jack up a watch. Things happen. Movements on these. The nice thing is all of these parts can be found. Maybe not, new old stock, but there are a lot of beautiful donors out there, and you can get parts out of it and you can bring it back. The only thing that truly matters with a watch, in my opinion, is the cosmetic condition, especially the dial and the hands. Case, obviously, you don't want to have polish, you want it to be clean. But as for underneath the hood, it doesn't matter, really. I mean, well, to me, because I have the parts, but it's not something that can't be addressed if it's movement. I'm curious, when you say you muffed it up a bit, I'd be curious to know what you did, because maybe it's not as serious as what you're talking about. Maybe there's an easy way to correct it, whatever it might be. So, you know, put it down in the comments or whatever, and I'll look at it. I read every comment, and I don't know. Maybe the light at the end of the tunnel isn't a flamethrower.
What is it?
An oncoming train.
Wow. Also, speaking of comments, we just want to say that we do not allow any racist or any bigoted
extremists or any of that stuff.
Comments on our channel. So if you have something mean to say, don't waste the calories from your fingers typing, because it's just going to get deleted.
Yeah, it is. And don't, there's no point in, if you're so bent out of shape about politics that you can't stop talking about it in the comments on a random YouTube video, please don't comment at all.
Go find someone else to bother.
Indeed. Okay.
That's it.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay.
God, if I didn't start talking about that stupid movie, we would have been done pretty quickly. That's from Ren and Stimpy, people.
No, sir, I don't like it. Oh, actually, and I've really been working on my Ren what? 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 Rattles the paper, wearing his fez. Earlier in Stimpy, I mean, the real first run stuff was great. I mean, John Kay, the creator, was an absolute disgusting, vile creature, but man, his stuff was funny.
Okay, I guess we're done.
I've had this ice cream sandwich since I was a child. It's just so funny. Okay, folks, I'm trying to get back into making more videos again. I've been really distracted the last 2 weeks. It's like been some really nasty, weird extended family stuff. Family drama, but it's because my family is too polite. She was not raised in a house like that, so she has been sort of, using my style of communication with them, and she just ran out of patience.
Yeah, in the olden days, I did it for his dad's sake, and
my dad loved her.
Yeah, but then once he died, I didn't care, and then we didn't talk to anybody, and now I'm stuck talking to everyone.
Right, but I mean, why even give an F?
I know.
I mean, it doesn't matter. After this, I'm never going to see them again.
You don't have to see them again ever. The estate is in probate, so this is going to kind of keep happening.
Yeah, but not for us really, because Sabrina said, I'm not doing the fake nice stuff anymore. He doesn't want anything to do with any of you people. He doesn't care about any of that stuff. That's it.
Yeah, they're freaking weird, and they want to have their family unit back where he gets bullied.
Yeah, basically, I'm supposed to be the kickball of the family.
Yes.
I'm supposed to be the target and the victim and the comedian.
Well, you are funny.
Where do you think I learned it? I don't know.
I think you're just naturally funny, just like your son.
Well, thank you. Yeah, Sebastian is funny. He's a naturally funny person. Okay. Well, that's always good news. It's Friday. I'd like to make some more videos this weekend, and all I'm saying is I'm going to get back on it. Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Bye-bye.